You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
Well, Black and White Sports fans, we have a trans athlete that is whining and crying. Why? It's because he cannot compete in women's sports. Now, this is actually a volleyball player, folks. And here's the thing. He actually received the scholarship. I believe this is actually back in 2022. However, it got revoked. And now this trans athlete is whining and crying, folks, and is complaining and is now suing because the scholarship got revoked. Now, no one is entitled to a scholarship. Okay, it must be earned. And by the way, he should have never been offered a scholarship. Why? He's not a female. This is a biological male, folks. Now, this isn't on the NCAA level. This is actually in the NAIA. However, the NAIA actually reversed their trans policy also as well. You must be a male if you're going to participate in male sports. You must be a female if you're going to participate in female sports. Just as simple. It makes sense, right? Yeah, but during that time, man, it was the woke times right there. But even the NAIA realized, nah, we're not going to do this. Not going to do this. And the university revoked the scholarship anyway. This trans athlete, man, is furious now and is now suing. And I believe this is going to fail. No doubt about it, guys. I believe this is going to fail. So let's go ahead and get into this. Right over here, guys, on Fox News. Trans athlete sues university and college sports organization after losing women's volleyball scholarship. Yeah. And by the way, the organization representing this trans person not only is claiming, like transphobism. Is that even a word, guys? I don't know. But anyway, but also is screaming, you guessed it, racism. Now, folks, how in the world is this actually racism against Latinos? I mean, someone is going to have to make that make sense to me because it's not making sense to me. Now, this trans athlete's name is Emma Morquecho. Okay? Don't know the male name, but that's what he's going by now. Claims that Westcliff University and the NAIA discriminated based on gender eligibility rules. You can't make this up, guys. You really can't make this up. But let's read this, guys. It says, biological male transgender volleyball player Emma Morquecho is suing Westcliff University and the National Association of Intercollegiate Athletes, the NAIA for short, an alternative sports college sports governing body to the NCAA, after claiming a scholarship offer was revoked and eligibility was denied. Now, guys, I believe on the NAIA level, there's actually even less scholarships than the NCAA. So these NAIA scholarships, they're just on a lot of those. But this dude actually ended up getting one, and then it was removed. Anyway, the lawsuit was announced by the civil rights organization Mexican American Legal Defense and Educational Fund, MALDEF for short. Look here. This is what Thomas A. SUES, he is the president and general counsel. He's going in on like full racism and all this other stuff. It makes no sense. But this is what he says, quote, the Latino community is often first to be targeted under practices of irrational discrimination, and this case falls within that pattern. Discrimination based on stereotype and false assumption against trans athletes, and this jumped on me right there, must end, especially in California, where so many of those harmed will be members of the state's largest racial ethnic community. So this actually happened in California? I didn't know that. I didn't know where this university actually was. Fox News Digital reached out to Westcliff University and the NAIA for comment. The lawsuit alleged Mokecho disclosed the athlete's birth gender to university officials in 2022 and later received a scholarship offer. Mokecho alleges that on August 10, 2023, the head coach of the Westcliff women's volleyball team sent an email back saying the athlete was not eligible to play that fall and that Westcliff revoked the scholarship. And they should have. They should have revoked the scholarship. First of all, it should have never been offered at all. But this is what Mokecho actually said here. Quote, by taking a stand, I'm not just fighting for myself. I'm speaking for every trans person who has been silenced. And I hope my voice empowers others in our community to know their stories and their rights matter. Together, we can create a future where everyone is treated with dignity and respect. Well, this is going to go nowhere, folks, because President Trump has already signed an executive order saying that there will be no men in women's sports. And also, if it does happen, it violates Title IX. It violates Title IX. So this lawsuit isn't going anywhere at all. These states that aren't complying with the executive order, man, in Title IX, they're getting sued. They're getting sued. And a lot of these governing bodies, man, they have reversed their policies. This is why, guys, we're going to have like a transgender-free Olympics for the first time in a while. Yeah, all that stuff, man, is dying now. I mean, this track athlete here, Mokecho, you're on the wrong side of this one, man. You are on the wrong side of this one. President Trump's executive order, man, makes common sense. But look at this here. It does say the NAIA got a head start on the trend, of actually reversing the transgender policies back in April 2024. That's when it changed its gender eligibility policy. The revised policy stated that all athletes may participate in NAIA-sponsored male sports, but only athletes whose biological sex born at birth is female and who have not begun hormone therapy will be allowed to participate in women's sports. Okay, so maybe I actually got that a little bit wrong right there. So let me go back and look at this here. It says athletes whose biological sex, and they use that as assigned at birth, is female, but have not begun hormone therapy will be allowed to participate in women's sports. Yeah. So right there, I'm just going to look at that again. The revised policy states that all athletes may participate in NA. So they're saying that all athletes can participate in male sports, but only athletes whose biological sex born female at birth and have not begun hormone therapy may be allowed to participate in women's sports. Okay, so basically you got to be born a woman to play in women's sports. Yeah. A student who began hormone therapy may participate in activities such as workouts, practices, and team activities, but not in interscholastic competition. Well, I say this, man. They shouldn't even be practicing. They really shouldn't, man. But now Mokecho is looking to challenge that rule in court. Yeah, gonna lose. He's gonna lose. Just as simple, man. He's going to lose. I mean, this era, man, of the trans invasion of sports, man, is done. It's over, man. It is over. Your rights weren't violated. Your civil rights weren't violated. I mean, forget what your woke attorney is actually saying. He's wrong. You're going to lose this. You're going to lose this, man, because if you were to actually able to participate against the women, it violates Title IX. Just as simple. Forget about the executive order of President Trump. It violates Title IX. And there is a crackdown now on these Title IX violations, guys. But that's just my thoughts on this. What do you guys think of this? Black and white sports fans, let us know what you think about all this in the comments. Make sure to subscribe to the channel, and we'll catch you next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.